Jen Verma here, founder of The Best Kept Secrets. Thanks for joining us today. I am here with my co-host, Kim Wallace, at least I think I am, here in a moment. I'm sure we're going to bring her into the podcast here in a second. So The Best Kept Secrets, what we do is we help small businesses and nonprofit organizations by providing education and solutions that drive top-line revenue and bottom-line results. For access to all of our resources and tools and solutions, you can go to thebestkeptsecrets.org and look under our secrets or our solutions, and it's all there. I'm also joined today, or will be joined today, by Adam Gaskill. He is the founder of the Nonprofit Creators. He will be here in a minute as well. And they're in the business of helping businesses create nonprofits to tap into cause-based marketing. So today we're actually going to be talking about cause-based marketing, why it's important to you, what it is, why it's important to you, and then how, of course, you can tap into it. So I'm going to go ahead and present my screen while we get the other co-hosts in and get started. There's Kim. Hi, Kim. Hi, Adam.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Kim and Adam, real quick? Kim, you want to start?
Sure. Kim Wallace. I own a farmers insurance agency in Texas, and I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. Adam?
Yes, Adam Gaskill, the founder of the Nonprofit Creators. Most business owners run into they aren't fulfilled, so we help have them have more impact and create a lasting legacy through the lens of charity.
Awesome. I love it. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. It's why we brought Adam onto our show. So what is cause-based marketing, why you should care, and how you can tap into it. So let's go ahead and get started. We all know that raising funds for any kind of cause is hard. Usually people who start nonprofits don't really go into it to become fundraisers, right? They go into it to feed the hungry or support people with cancer or whatever cause it is that sits on their heart. But they don't realize that they're actually becoming fundraising people that have to specialize in fundraising to be able to do the good in the world that they want to do. So really less than 10% of nonprofits raise over $1 million annually. But millennials are starting to expect businesses to care. And millennials are actually about to eclipse the baby boomers in spending power. So it's becoming a very real thing in the business world to have an impact, and they understand that they have to participate in social responsibility. But really, because of the current economic condition and inflation, it's having an impact. 70% of Americans see it as an issue, and it's squeezing the nonprofits. So the nonprofits are finding that they're getting fewer donations and fewer donors, and the donors that are donating less. So they're actually in a worse position now than they've ever been. And small business owners are looking for more cost-effective ways to market and put themselves out there and bring that business in, because they too are getting squeezed by inflation and the economic conditions. So really the situation is ripe for cause-based marketing to be able to find a way to make an impact on the world, help the nonprofits while you're helping yourself, for sure. So, we were talking about the impact. This is the innovation life cycle of any innovation, anything in the world. And we are here right about 2023. We're on the upswing. So this is big business, and it's expected to become a $20 billion market by 2025. So we're in the thick of it right now. And we need to figure out really how to tap into it. Adam, do you have any additional data, since this is kind of your area of expertise, that you'd like to add?
Just to simplify it down, when I ask a lot of people what is cause marketing, they don't really understand it. So a simple example that we usually use is, say, for example, I own a puppy rescue, and you love puppies, right? I mean, everyone does. And if I have 10% of my proceeds of my business going towards that puppy rescue, naturally you want to do business with me.
Mm-hmm.
So reciprocity, authority, and credibility gets transferred because of the cause, because you're doing more good and you're creating that impact as well. So that's just a good way to look at it. So nothing more to add than that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. It's great feedback. But guess who's shutting their doors by February 20th, 2023? Amazon Smile is shutting down their cause, shutting down really their donation arm where people purchase and 5% goes back to the eligible charity of choice. So since 2013, they have donated $400 million total to US charities. But on average in 2022, they really only donated about $230 per charity. So they really feel like they're not making that big of an impact. That was part of their reason for shutting this program down. But when you talk to the charities that they've been supporting, as little as $230 a year makes a big impact to them. So, a lot of charities are losing a very valuable resource this year. And so the question becomes, what are the other options that can help causes raise funds passively? And so we're here to kind of help you tap into cause-based marketing and how you can help. But before we do, we're going to go to commercial, have our nonprofit spotlight, and really go to our sponsors since they're the folks that make this engine run.
So hi guys, again, this is Adam Gaskell. People ask me, what business are you in? Well, most business owners we meet aren't really fulfilled, or they're not completely satisfied with their current level of impact. Well, we help business owners have more impact and build a lasting legacy by creating a nonprofit. So as Jen just mentioned, we harness cause marketing through what we call as our creator's paradise. So reach out, www.thenonprofitcreators.com. And this is Adam Gaskell. Look forward to hearing about your passion and your cause. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Adam. Hard Hats Helping Heroes. This is our nonprofit spotlight of the week. Hard Hats Helping Heroes is actually a client of the Nonprofit Creators. Yay. They have a mission of helping injured first responders and the families of fallen heroes by providing resources to them and their families. Most of the board members own construction companies and are willing to help with home repairs, among other things. Businesses on the board include BLC Construction and 5K Diamond Ranch, who are also first responders, and as well as Gant Custom Granite and ProStar Garage Door. If you'd like to support Hard Hats Helping Heroes, boy, that's a mouthful, mission at no cost to you, or if you just want to donate to get more information, go to thebestkeptsecrets.org and click on the I Want to Help button, and we'll get you guys connected. Save to Support provides nonprofits with a mechanism to bring donors value in exchange for their donation dollars while promoting small businesses and passing discounts on to consumers. When a consumer subscribes to donate monthly on the Save to Support platform, 90% of the donation is given to their selected charity. To register as a nonprofit supporting businesses or to subscribe to donate to your favorite cause, go to savetosupport.org. Support, shop, save. Okay, guys, now we're back. So what other options are out there that can help causes raise funds in a passive way? So they don't have to necessarily be fundraisers anymore, but they can do the good that's on their heart, and we as business owners can help them do that. So there's a few options. The first is a series of listing services. One of them is Save to Support, which you just heard about, where nonprofits provide a listing, businesses agree to pass on a 20% discount in exchange for consumers donating on the platform, and consumers get the discounts while they support the organization that's on their heart. So it's really an ecosystem that optimizes consumer spending, so they don't have to choose between, do I give to this cause I love, or do I get gas, right, in the current situation? There are also other platforms out there. I'm not going to go into necessarily all of them, but effectively a business can go out and create a deal and say, I don't know, I want to, get $10 off your French fries, right? Consumers can go in and purchase the deal, and the money goes to charities. So there are a couple different platforms that are available that are also, free to nonprofits. So it's just a listing service, but businesses can really help any and all causes instead of having to necessarily choose just one if they want to really align with all consumer desires. So if you want to learn more about what those listing services are, go to thebestkeptsecrets.org /cause marketing for more information. And all those listing services are out there, so that you can look at each one and see if any of them are of interest to you. Savedustsupport.org, however, is no cost to the business. We just ask that you pass on a 20% discount. The next one is there is a merchant processing solution that is free to nonprofits and it's free to businesses. Effectively, what they've done is they found a way to take a portion of the merchant processing fees you're already paying today, the payment processing fees you're already paying today, and they found a way to redirect them from the bank to a nonprofit of your choosing. So if there is a cause that's on your heart, if you do want to support, like a puppy shelter or what have you, you can become a client of the merchant processing company and redirect a portion of those funds to the puppy rescue that's on your heart. Now, a lot of businesses ask, okay, that's great, but I'm worried about my bottom line, which is perfect because they have the extra component that they can redirect from the bank. They're actually able to, in most cases, meet or beat the payment processor pricing that you have today. So a good example is, Stripe or Square. They definitely can beat that in their pay-as-you-go type processing. But anyway, if you want to learn more, go to thebestkeptsecrets.org /cause marketing. It's all out there, cause-marketing. And you can tap into the solution and connect with them and get on their calendar to see if that's a good fit for you. The last one is, like Adam said, start a charity. If you love puppies and you want to support the puppies, you can start a charity. If you get a hold of Adam or go to the bestkeptsecrets.org, you can get 10% off just by telling them that Jen Verma sent you. But Adam, I'm going to let you talk a little bit more about this since this is your specialty.
Yeah, thank you so much. So our first call, we always talk about, what is the cause, or what are you deeply passionate about? What has moved, or what is your calling per se? We talk to people that, love veterans, to people that despise sex trafficking and the epitomes of what's going on, to domestic violence, whether you're pro something or against something. Usually there's a deep core story, whether it's a tragedy to triumph or a stepping stone or stopping stone that really connects with individuals. Once they really draw upon that, it's beautiful. So what we literally do is we tell busy CEOs or charitable minded people, I don't want you to change anything you're doing. If you're already giving or have a donation fund, we can create a 501c3 charity and have that charity give to those exact same places you're already giving to. But now have a tax shelter, now secure $120,000 per year in life in Google advertising and a lot of other things. The biggest thing that comes with starting a charity is normally the overwhelm, or I don't know how to do it, and so forth. And you don't have to. The infrastructure and partnering with someone that already does it is the key thing. We formed a charity for a gentleman that loved horses, humans, and hounds. So as Jen just mentioned, you might have more than one cause. This gentleman, he goes out and promotes, does sponsorship, and then creates and cuts checks to those same organizations that are out on the ground doing the work. He didn't have to build an infrastructure and so forth. And we share you the simple ways, whether you want to spend an hour a week, or if you just want to look through the lens of charity and revitalize with energy and passion. If you need that pick-me-up, some business owners are burnt out nowadays. So how can we re-aliven it or reawaken it within? So we identify that. And what is your cause? I'd love to hear it. So definitely reach out to us. And Jen, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Hey, Adam, can you go into, you mentioned very quickly the $120,000 of ad spend. We're talking here about, how to solve for fundraising for nonprofits as well as, how businesses can tap in. So as a business owner that starts a charity, what is that $120,000 of free ad spend? Can you just go into that a little bit?
Sure. So, as a public 501c3 nonprofit, Google has what's called a Google Ad Grant. You get $10,000 per month, every single month for the rest of your life, if you stay compliant. The only thing that you can use it for is for education and empowerment. Now, key thing, it's not, I'd call it a monopoly money per se, because you can only use it on Google. So I consider Google an English verb nowadays in the dictionary, and we don't go into the yellow pages. So go Google it, right? So what that is if you ever went to Google and you typed in the search bar, those ads that pop up, this is what we're talking about. So in Jen's case, say for example, she got the Google ad grant. Well, it would come up in their tag manager, would say, Jen Verma, you never have to pay for ads again. So you get this $120,000 marketing budget to stand out from the crowd, again, to educate and empower. So building awareness, building community, and then consistent donations as well. One of the very beautiful hidden secrets, or the best kept secrets per se, that not a lot of business owners and charities know out there. So we have a team that manages it, and also we have a 100% success rate of getting it and keeping it compliant. Key things there.
Nice. Well, and to that point, so if a business owner decides to start a charity, like we were saying earlier, they're now in the business of fundraising. So that $120,000 solves that for the business owner that's choosing to start a charity. That's pretty powerful. Thank you, Adam, for going into that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go to our next set of commercials. And when we get back, we've got a special treat. Kim's going to delight us with a crazy insurance story, so don't go anywhere.
My name's Kim Wallace, and I've been in insurance for over 12 years. I started out as a staff member in an agency helping service customers, and I absolutely loved it. Knowing that I could help people even on their worst day just to make it a little bit better was rewarding for me. We take a look at each individual family and we develop a plan that best suits their needs. Let our office give you the peace of mind to know that we've got you covered. You can call or text our office at 469-604-4484 for a free quote or a policy review. Or you can check us out on Facebook at Insure Frisco.
I love that commercial, Kim.
Well, thank you. I did no prep for that. So I was so nervous. I actually went into my payroll company and they said, oh, we offer you a free commercial. And I thought, oh, it's not going to be that great. And then when they sent it to me, I was like, man, I wish I had prepped.
Nice. Well, you're good at winging it. That's why we're here.
Well, if you've ever seen the farmers commercials, Professor Burke, he says, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Being an insurance agent, you definitely get to hear a thing or two on the phone when someone calls in about their claims. Two that really are funny, I enjoyed. One is actually someone in our networking group, Jen, and he decided to go to a deer lease for the weekend. And after being out there for 2 full days, he gets back to his truck in the middle of nowhere and realizes he does not have his key fob for his remote start vehicle. And so you can only reset those at the dealer, which was 400 miles away.
Oh, no.
That was like an expensive tow and a very long wait for a tow truck to pick him up on a county road that he had no idea how to even instruct to get to him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he sat on the road for a while.
Wow.
But
we're going to talk about this when the episode's over and this is over.
Yes.
Who that is. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
But whenever I do a presentation in our networking groups, I like to talk about different claims that got sent in, because when we have a crazy claim, we can actually send it into corporate. That's how they make their commercials. Those are all real claims that you see on TV. Mm-hmm. But one of my favorites that another agent had was a gentleman woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of his ex-girlfriend calling his name. And he looks in the backyard, he looks everywhere, he doesn't see her, tries to go back to sleep, and he keeps hearing his name being yelled. And so he finally gets up and realizes it's coming from his living room. She missed him so much that she thought she would try to enter his home Santa style coming down the chimney. And so he had to call 911 because she got stuck. But farmers covered it as a claim. They removed the bricks to free her. But that's a pretty embarrassing. And the fact that you would ever think that it's okay to try to go down someone's chimney, the spiders alone would keep me out.
the what could be in there? Just what could be in there? Like you just
right?
Yeah. No. That gives new meaning to crazy ex-girlfriend. Absolutely.
Hopefully she met a really nice firefighter in the process. So
did she? Wow. And that didn't send any red flags with the firefighter, didn't red flag him at all. Like maybe this is not a good person.
That's dedication.
Right.
Yeah, you never know the calls that you're gonna get in. You're talking to people on their worst days and sometimes their craziest days. So
yeah. Wow. That is a good one for sure. That's All right. So what's up for next week? We're going to go into a series next week around advocacy marketing, social media, what have you. We are going to talk about what advocacy marketing is, because it too is in the beginning of the innovation life cycle. We all really understand and are familiar with influencer marketing. We're familiar with ambassadors. We're familiar with affiliates, but most people aren't familiar with the term advocacy marketing. So we're going to dive into that and then explain to you why you need to care, because it is actually up and coming. It's super powerful. It gives you a ton of organic reach and power on social, and drives SEO at the same time. So be sure that you're here to dive in with us on that. And then we'll walk into bringing an expert on and a new platform that launched in January 1st. And we're going to bring him on as a guest with CrowdShare in not this next episode, but the following, and really dive into more of the marketing solutions. Kim, you're a big social media marketing person. That's how Kim and I first got connected and tied up together, because I was bringing her, actually presented advocacy marketing at her chapter, one of her networking group's chapters. And she just jumped all over it and fell in love with it. And she was like, oh my God, we do this already. And she got it, and she got me, which, at the time, like I said, it's new, not a lot of people understand it. And I usually get the deer in the headlights look from the networking group. And, they have to see my presentation 2, 3, 4 times. So, plan on watching it 2, 3, 4 times before they understood it. But Kim got it right away, which was fantastic. So, you're big in that space. And I don't know, like, what kind of value you saw coming out of it.
I love marketing, especially online. I'm with Adam. Google is a verb. Google it is definitely a verb, especially in my household. But when it comes to finding anybody online, you don't go to a yellow page book anymore. You go online to find what you're looking for. And when Jen first explained everything in the room, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so excited. I'm looking to my left and I'm looking to my right and realize Jen is speaking, German to these people. And I'm like, no, this is cool. And I just kind of broke it down on simple terms for them of how you can get your name out there and how this is going to help push it. And I think people started to realize, oh my gosh, okay, I need this in my life. A lot of people with businesses, they get nervous to start out on social media because they don't know where to start. And at least with Jen, it gives you a place to start, and people do post just because they were told at one point, hey, I need to do posts on social media, but they don't know what to push, who to push it to. And this kind of helps you to make sure you don't just have the 3 likes, your mom, your best friend, and yourself liking your post.
Right. Well, and that's one of my big, it burns me up. Like, it's very frustrating to me that, most small business owners know the key 3. You need a website, you need SEO, and you need social media. And that's just not true. It's just not true. Every business, depending on who you're trying to reach, who your demographic is, what it is you're doing. Are you educating? Are you what is your objective? Are you trying to convert? Are you trying to build a brand? It's going to require different things. So I'm really passionate about either finding and or creating, because I like to build stuff, alternative solutions that meet objectives of small business owners without the heavy price tags of, $1,500 a month to manage your SEO. I have a client, when I first met him, they're public adjusters, public insurance adjusters. And I had never heard of it before. When they were like, hey, we'd like to have a meeting with you, I was like, I have no idea what you do. Right. And so they explained to me what it is they do. And then they were just starting, and they were talking about, all the different people they've talked to. They're like, okay, we're having our website built, and we're talking to this SEO company, and, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what are you going to SEO for? And they go, well, everybody needs SEO. I'm like, they do? He's like, well, yeah. And I go, okay. I said, so I've been in Texas for 15 years. I've replaced my roof probably 5 times. I've never heard of what a public adjuster does. There's a ton of value in it. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have a whole episode on it down the road. But I said, no public adjusters ever walked to my front door. I didn't know what you were, who you are. And I'm like, I'm on the forefront of like innovation. And I had no idea. I said, so when you SEO, you want people to get into Google and type in keywords to find you. I said, so what are they going to type in to find you if they don't know you exist?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, like roof. I go, okay. So they're typing in roofing company and some public adjuster comes up. They're like, what? Google's confused, man. Like, what's going on? You know, they're not going to get it. I said, you're just throwing your money away. And I told them, I said, you need to educate. Education's your big platform. And I actually, Adam, I told them, I said, what you need is a nonprofit that talks about educating people on, you know, what it is you do, how you do it, the value, blah, blah, blah. Tap into the Google grant, spend your money there to educate people, and then use that as a lead magnet to drive people back to your business. Now that they know who you are, what you do, what it is, you can say, hey, to learn more, you know, email here or click here or whatever to have a conversation. If you're replacing your roof, you know, ask for more information here. And they loved it. It was a great idea. So I guess my point is, I'm kind of rambling on a little bit, but it's that not every business is created the same, and they all need really unique marketing solutions that fit their specific custom needs. And you know, but everyone just goes website SEO, social media, and you just don't necessarily get the bang for your buck, which is what small business owners need to be doing these days. Anyway, time is just about up. So I want to thank Kim and Adam for being here and helping us with this presentation around cause marketing. Guys, you know, if you want to learn more, you want to, you know, just reach out, you want to donate, help Hard Hats Helping Heroes, go to thebestkeptsecrets.org, and we will see you again in a couple of weeks.